2025. You are one step away from everything you could have imagined. Except you see things wrong. Everything you see is a blur. Negativity is a wrong word to use, but you don't necessarily feel satisfied with life. It's as if it's not enjoyable. Success isn't material. Success isn't mental or spiritual. Success is success. And until you realize that success is nothing more than an energy, then you'll never win. Never. To win, you have to understand that success involves a couple of things, but the main thing success is about is perspective. If you want to be successful in this life, or in any life or in your reincarnation, then you have to take on perspective. The perspective of a successful person. I'll give you an example. If you look around you. When you walk across the street, what do you see that you hate the most? What do you see that just bugs you? To me, it was that people were just walking with no energy, no thought, no expression, no nothing. They didn't even seem in control. Nothing about them seemed to me to be people. They seemed to be aliens of some sort. And the way that I perceived this helped me grow in my success simply because I know what I hated and I knew where I didn't want to end up. That's why. If I didn't know what I hated, I would have never experienced any certain success in life, ever. Now, this is a popular concept amongst the intellectual community, but it's the anti-vision. You must have an anti-vision. Oh, shoot. Right here. You must have an anti-vision. You must know what you do not want before you ever know what you want. This is extremely helpful because, when you're doing your journaling prompts and you realize what you do not want, many things approach you. You start to question, when I walk the streets, why do I dislike people? Why do I feel negative about these people in any way? Maybe you don't feel the same as me. Maybe you think that these people are enthusiastic by any chance. Then that's something you want to be. But again, I'm not here to critique you. I'm here to help you explore yourself because your perspective is within. And once you recognize your perspective, you can recognize another and another and another, because this world is not about worldview. It's about perspective. And the master of perspectives is a master of himself. I urge you to do a journaling prompt. Now, when you do this journaling prompt, make sure you have no ideas in mind. No ideas. Write on particular topics which you'd like to write on. Snap of a finger, basketball, soccer. Are they enjoyable sports? Cool. Just start talking to yourself. People have lost the art of communicating with their own self. They don't know they don't know their goals or the relevance of their goals to themselves. They see on TikTok, you need to get in good shape. Cool, done. They see on YouTube, man, you need to lock in, you need to meditate. Cool, done, get out the way. Well, where's the value from you? The reason why the successful people become successful, I'm going to use the mega rich entrepreneurs for once. These guys have been put into subsidized housing, poverty. They were forced into a middle class home, or they were born in a middle class home with no food, something that they hated. They genuinely did not want to live the life they lived. That's why they experienced their anti-vision when they were born. First of all, that is a blessing. That is a blessing because many of you don't know what you want, or don't know what you don't want. And to add on top of that, you're not in the situation where you don't want to be. You're kind of comfortable, man. You're on TikTok, scrolling, shorts, whatever, which is cool. And if you enjoy that, you enjoy that. But is that the life you want to live? That's up to you. But again, they've been born into the vision that they've hated. The vision that they never want to live before. Like they don't want to live in that environment, in that situation, ever. So they grew from that, and that's why they see. That's why they're deemed as mega rich. That's why they're deemed as clouded, and everything that they have imagined for is because they were thrusted in a situation where they were forced to make things happen by themselves. Nobody by themselves. The modern day equivalent, if you don't have, if you're not in this anti-vision, right? Maybe some of you guys don't want to be homeless. It's not necessarily my thing. If I'm homeless, cool, why not? But if that is so, and if you did extensive journaling on this, then A, don't thrust yourself in that environment, but use the antagonizing perspective. Why don't you? Why don't you want to be homeless? Oh, is it because of the money? Okay, how about the family? Does if you had family when you were homeless, would that matter? And keep things constant. For example, if money were no object, if family, if you had family the rest of your life, no one would die. If you had investments for your kids that were about to grow, right? If you had investments for your kids in the future, right? Keep things constant and then build off of what you know. That will help build the perspective or explore the perspective that you already have, and then explore the surrounding perspectives. Life is a game of perspective, and I hate saying the word over and over again, but it is true. It is true. You are nothing more than the perspective that you uphold. Nothing more. If you decide that you're just a middle class guy, you were born in a middle class home, you'll forever be just this middle class guy, then cool. That's who you're gonna be. There was this quote I remember: if you win or lose, if you believe you win, you win. If you believe you win, you're right. If you believe you lose, you're right. So you're just right. So you have to understand all of the perspectives. I'll give you one more thing to think about. In your journaling prompts, and I extremely recommend you journal. If you're around this channel a lot, journaling is a stepping stone for all common good, especially for yourself. Journaling helps you understand perspectives. Journaling puts them in written form so you know. There's scientific studies on this that just, when it's in written form, you understand, and you can erase it if you want. This is how the mind works, right? Blank slate, write it down, erase. Blank slate, write it down, erase. Same thing. One last thought. Everybody has their different worldviews and perspectives. So why is everybody not successful? The common number is 98%. Oftentimes it's 99%. But these guys are not successful at all. Right? The common definition of success is by wealth. But when you look around you, this is what I'm saying. Misery. Everybody is miserable. So it's not wealth. It's not about wealth. Something deeper, much deeper. But ask yourself this question. If everyone has perspectives and they see the world a certain way, why is everyone poor? Why is everyone miserable? Why does everyone not have good relationships? Or whatever you deem to be valuable, or what you state as success. Why? Why don't they? Right? So maybe perspective is the problem. And explore this in your journaling prompts. I'm exploring this in mine. I've always thought I was the best. Me. When I was playing ball, I always thought I was the best. And I put in the work like I was the best. but I didn't get the results. Up 6 a.m., up 9 p.m., putting in the work, shooting, all day, all day. But I didn't get the results that I wanted. Why? It's because of perspective. It's when you limit the perspective to a concise point, then you will not get the results that you want. When you broaden the perspective and you accept reality as reality, and you find kernels of truth in everyone's perspectives, that's when you find insight, wisdom, because reality is infinite. And the more you find the truth in everybody's situation, the more wise you become. Back to success. Maybe you don't want to be wise, you just want to be successful. If that's based on money, get your money right. If that's based on family, get your family right. But I'm telling you for certain that if you don't, if you pursue these goals off of superficial values, superficial statements that have literally zero connection or zero relevance to you, you won't achieve it. The more relevant restart. The more relevant the perspective is, the more successful you'll become. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you that there are factors in life that are immovable. The deeper you go and explore these factors, the more understanding you'll get. And it's kind of like XP, building your experience in the game that you're playing, the game of reality. And the more experience you have, the more challenges you'll tackle. Now, this is a more of a philosophical video. If this was helpful, leave a like, obviously. I'm not here to tell you what to do again. I know I keep saying this, but the more you journal and you write down what are my thoughts, what is relevant in my life today, the more relevant it becomes. And the more of a relationship you build with yourself. So now you're building a mental model that in any situation you can succeed, whether it's money, whether it's family, whether it's school. I know some of y'all are in school. Maybe even in the military. Some people are going to the military. Irregardless, even in your job, whatever it is, pick up your perspective. Enhance it with your journaling prompts. And understand your flaws, your negatives, and make sure you don't stick to one absolute perspective. Because changing is one of the biggest factors of success. In order to, if you put water into a bottle, it becomes a bottle, right? Water into a pan becomes a pan. And I'm not here to quote Bruce Lee, but be water. Just be water. That's all I can end on. Sayonara, folks.